Hey family, it is I, African Osorenko here. I apologize. I made a video yesterday and some of the subscribers did say in the chat that they could not hear me. I really apologize for that. I really don't know what happened. I actually filmed 2 videos, but only that one had an issue. So that's not going to stop us from discussing what we were discussing. So the situation was, or the topic was, an anti-lynching bill, and how the United States government, Congress, the Senate, no one has deemed it necessary to give black people in America an anti-lynching bill, despite us being on the FBI's hate crime statistic, the number 1 target of hate crimes in America. And so even though we have been identified by the FBI statistics, the number 1 candidates for hate crimes, but no bill have been put in place, means in my opinion, means that they don't want to give us a anti-lynching or anti-hate crime bill, black hate crime bill, as they did the Asians and the LGBTQ. Family, and which everybody should be protected. I'm not saying that there is people that should not be protected, but I'm saying that everyone should be protected equally within the confines of the United States. And unfortunately, this is not occurring and happening because they are allowing black people to be murdered. I just did a video a couple of videos back about a bunch of truckers that are coming up missing and then turn up lynched. Okay, so them not giving us an anti-hate crime bill is supporting white supremacy in America and the demise of black people. Okay, I did so many videos about black people being unalived in America, by way of lynching. Okay, that lynching bill does not specifically mention black Americans. It mentions it's a crime for you to hold somebody where you can be fined or imprisoned, okay, for being identified as lynching someone. However, when it has happened, and every time it happens, what law enforcement comes out, even if it's a black sheriff, they come out and say it was suicide, okay? They deem it and call it suicide. Excuse me, family. We have to understand, family. They do not want to create laws and policies that will protect the lives of black Americans or black people in America, okay? Know this. And when I talk about tribalism, and I say we have to get rid of tribalism It is because, family, tribalism paralyzes us, that we are prone to the wiles of the wicked, okay, of the devil, as the Bible says. All right, we are prone to be attacked, and because separation divides us, okay, separation divides us, which means when you're divided, you're more easily target, okay. We have to come together globally. This is occurring everywhere in America. Know this, family, that black people are being unalived through means of lynching and other things, okay? And there was a Jamaican American about a year and a half ago or so that was here. He was here, he was working, he was thriving and everything, and his white co-worker asked him to go camping, and the brother went camping and never came back alive, when it was only supposed to be him and the co-worker. But when he got there, his girlfriend took him to drop him off. There were about 7 or 8 of them, okay? And when they called the police, I think the next day. So, sorry about that, family. I had, my battery had died. But when they said that, when they called law enforcement, they said that he had attacked them. Now, there's 7 or 8 of them, there's one of him, okay? And this young man was shot, I believe, four or five times in the buttocks. He was shot probably 4 or 5 times in the back, and he was shot in the back of the head several times. So that tells you that he was running away from them. Family, we have to know that the truth is that these people don't tell the truth. So the reason that we cannot get a hate crime bill is so that the things that continue to happen to us, the unalivement of black people through different ways of lynching, can continue. And the people that are doing it won't be held accountable for it, okay? So let me say this. Um, and the reason I'm talking about this is because, as I said before, their statistics per the FBI crime statistics says that Black Americans are the most targeted people when it comes to hate crime, yet they won't give you a hate crime bill. And let me give you some information to support that. All right. So recently we know and we recall that Sister Sonia Massey was unalived at the hands of sheriff deputy, correct? A Caucasian knuckle dragging beast sheriff's deputy, okay? And we know she was unalived for no reason that we could see other than rebuking a demon in the name of the holy Yeshua, Jesus, okay? And so it says now, let me get my glasses, and I'm reading an article from NBC, okay? NBC News. And it says, and let me just say the copyright for um I'm sorry, the copyright for YouTube, okay? So that we won't have any issues. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance for fair use is made for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Okay? All right, so let's go back now to that article. Okay, and so it says the former Illinois deputy charged in Sonia Massey's killing could soon be released as he awaits trial. Sean Grayson has pleaded not guilty to charges of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct in the killing of Sonia Massey. Okay? The former Illinois sheriff's deputy charged with first degree murder in the shooting death of Sonia Massey could soon be set free following an appellate court's ruling that cleared the way for his pretrial release. At a hearing Monday, a court judge said he will on Friday determine the restrictions for Sean Grayson's release. The judge, Ryan Cadigan, had previously denied Grayson's pretrial release, but an appellate court overturned that ruling in an unanimous decision Wednesday. Sangamon County State's Attorney John Millhiser said his office plans to appeal that ruling. Family, how many of you know if this was a black American who was a deputy who killed a white woman that was unarmed in her home, who had called the police because she was in fear because she thought she heard noises or something outside her home, who all knows he would have been handed over to the prison system, the jail system, and he would not be released prior to his pretrial or anything else. Who knows that that is not the case, that that would have happened or occurred with a black man. But these people write these rules and laws only to support what they do and they're doing, okay? So let me continue. It says, it further says that the prosecutor does not agree, is not in agreement with the release of the deputy sheriff's deputy, and will continue to file an appeal so that he can remain behind bars. But it does not look like the deputy will remain behind bars per the judge's order. Family, we know these people do whatever they want to do, and they defy all laws and any laws until it comes to Black Americans, and that's when laws are put into place, or let's say laws are upheld. Okay, only when it comes to us, family. This is a losing system. We are fighting the battle in a losing system. Okay, and I say it's time to really just separate from their system. It is time to separate from their system and to build our own family. We have to do this because this is ridiculous. So now, if you call authorities to your home because you are in need of help, which who hasn't had to do that? We've all had to do that. The chances are that you may be unalived right in your own home for just calling law enforcement for help. This only happens in our communities. Family, we have to wake up. We have to wake up and we have to understand this system was not built nor made for us. And we really have to understand how um, how it works against us. We have to, family. We don't get a crime bill because they want their people to be allowed to continue doing what white supremacy does, and that's take out black people in mass numbers if possible. We've often seen how they go really soft on these criminals like Dylan Roof when he killed those people at the church, those black people, and they took him to Burger King to get him something to eat. Okay? We have to understand, family, because let me tell you, had there been black deputies that had taken a black young man from killing a group of white people uh, off of to Burger King or to get something, grab something to eat, like he was going on you know, a a, a ride, what do you call it, a trip? Okay, you know, they would have been fired. They would have been terminated. Okay, we have to understand that this system is against us. We have to treat it as such. We have to treat it as a number one enemy, and we do. And I'm not talking about violence or anything. I would never advocate for violence, but I do advocate for self-preservation and to protect yourself, self-protection. And that means if somebody attacks you physically, well, I mean, if you can't get to a phone to call the police, then You better protect yourself, okay? Because I know I will, okay? We have to teach our fellow Black people how to separate themselves from the system at all costs, by any means necessary. It has to be done because otherwise, family, it is a detriment to our future. It really is. And we have to understand that. There are so many things conspiring against us all at the same time. There is nothing that is off the table or off limits when it comes to us. We have to understand that. And so in understand that, we have to work in a concerted effort to ensure that we as a community, we're safe. Black men, you need to start policing your own neighborhoods. We don't need law enforcement paid by the state to come in. We need to get money together, just like them women, as I said, and I'm gonna keep saying this, raise that 40 million for Kamala, okay? All right, sorority sisters, we need to be coming together to raise money so that our Black men can police our own neighborhoods, so that we don't have to call law enforcement into our neighborhoods to be a target and to be unalived, okay? If we had our own brothers in our neighborhoods policing the communities, we wouldn't have to worry about that. In fact, I believe if we could get our own brothers to police our communities, there'd be a lot of things that we wouldn't have to worry about, such as the ones in the community that's doing all this crime and dirt. We wouldn't have to worry about that because the brothers would handle it without a doubt. Okay, this is what we need to have in our community. We need to build our own schools and have our own teachers teaching our own children so that our children are not subject to white supremacy and racism in these other schools, which they are facing every single day. You have children as young as 6 years old, Black children, that are committing suicide because they have been teased. I just read an article in the paper where a 12-year-old Black child committed suicide because the bullying in her school was so bad for her and it was never checked. It was never checked. The teachers, by the staff, by the principal, by anybody, they allowed this child to be openly bullied until she just killed herself. She couldn't take it anymore. We have to look at these cases. We have a 7-year-old who was just a 12-year-old tried to hang him in the bathroom. We must remove our children from these schools, these communities. We must resort back into our own community family. We have to, and we have to stop voting for politicians that won't do anything for us but look like us. I don't care if you look like us, but if you're not doing anything for us, we don't need you. Well, family, I have talked your ear off, and I know I've been on long enough. But I want to tell you, I thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming and listening. I really do. Uh, Look up that Emmett Till Act. It's nothing but an act. It is not a bill for specifically for Black Americans that are the number one target of lynching and hate crime. Okay? And I pray that you all are supported and covered by the Most High. May you be blessed. May you have wealth. And may you have a wealth of peace in your life. Be blessed, family. Thank you so much for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. And take care. I'll catch you back at the next video. Bye bye.